Dear students, in the last session I have started with the new concept, that is the new chapter, directing. In that I have discussed what is the meaning of directing. Hope you are clear with that. So it's a process of giving instructions, guidelines, or we have to guide the employees and counseling, motivating and leading the employees in the organization to achieve the objectives. Andre, in order to achieve the objectives of the organization, the backbone of the organization or those who are going to work for the organization is employees. So they have to be motivated and they have to given with the proper counseling. So the manager has to take the employees into the confidence. Only then the employees may feel like working for the organization. So that is regarding the meaning of directing, and we have discussed what are the characteristics of directing, and next what are the importance of directing. Okay, and in order to convey, the next thing is principles of directing. Andre, in the directing, because the directing, it is a complex activity, because in an organization there will be various kinds of employees and they will be from various backgrounds and their expectations are also different. So here it is a challenging task for the manager. It is also a complex activity because he has to unite them together, then only he can go towards achieving the objectives of the organization. So here the manager, he has to follow certain principles in this directing. Andre ಕೆಲವೊಂದು principles ಅನ್ನು ಅವರು follow ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ. Only then they can successfully do this directing activity. Okay, because as I said earlier, this directing is a complex activity because andre ನೋಡಿ ಒಂದು organizationally ತುಂಬಾ number of employees will be more. Okay, the preferences of them or their expectations will be varied and they will be from various backgrounds alva. Some ಕೆಲವರು ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂದರೆ intentionally they have to work for the ಅದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ಬಂದಿರ್ತಾರೆ, ಕೆಲವರು ಅವರ ಒಂದು ಬೆನಿಫಿಟಿಗೋಸ್ಕರ ಬರ್ತಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಈ ರೀತಿಯಾಗಿ so there are various expectations and various kinds of people in the organization, and here the manager ಏನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ, he has to unite them all together. ಸೊ ಅವರನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಒಟ್ಟುಗೂಡಿಸಿ ಒಂದು ಆರ್ಗನೈಸೇಷನಿನ ಏನು ಒಂದು ಬೆನಿಫಿಟ್ ಅಥವಾ ಒಂದು ಆರ್ಗನೈಸೇಷನ್ ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟಿಗೋಸ್ಕರ ದೇ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ವರ್ಕ್. ಸೊ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಅ ಚಾಲೆಂಜಿಂಗ್ ಟಾಸ್ಕ್. ಸೊ there are some principles that has to be followed in directing so that they can successfully do the process of directing. Yes, now let us discuss the principles of directing one by one. Okay, first principle is maximum individual contribution. Yes. So what is this? Maximum individual contribution. Andre here everything ನಾನು ಏನು ಡಿಸ್ಕಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನೋ the principles always it will be decided from the side of the managers, and managers has to have these, manager has to follow all this principle. Yes, maximum individual contribution in the sense here the manager, so he has to encourage or he has to motivate the employees so that they have to or they'll contribute their full potential towards the achievement of organization goals. ಅಂದರೆ ಸೊ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿಯಾಗಿ ನಾವು ಒಂದು ಮ್ಯಾನೇಜರ್ ಆ ಎಂಪ್ಲಾಯೀಸನ್ನು ಮೋಟಿವೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂದರೆ ದೇ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಯೂಸ್ ದರ್ ಮ್ಯಾಕ್ಸಿಮಮ್ ಪೊಟೆನ್ಷಿಯಲ್ ಆರ್ ಮ್ಯಾಕ್ಸಿಮಮ್ ಸ್ಕಿಲ್ಸ್ so that they can achieve the objectives of the organization. Maximum individual contribution, because so there will be various number of employees. If each and everyone contribute to their fullest, ಅಂದರೆ ಅವರ ಒಂದು ಹೋಲ್ ಹಾರ್ಟೆಡ್ ಆಗಿ ಅವರ ಆರ್ಗನೈಸೇಷನ್ಗೆ ವರ್ಕ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಇಸ್ ಆಬ್ವಿಯಸ್ಲಿ ದ ಆರ್ಗನೈಸೇಷನ್ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ think of achieving their objectives. So here maximum individual contribution. So the manager, he has to motivate in such a way that each and every employee in the organization, they will contribute their maximum, they will contribute their potential, they will fully involve in their work so that they can achieve in the organization goals. Okay, for this employees can be motivated like monetary benefits ಅಥವಾ ನಾನ್ ಮಾನಿಟರಿ ಬೆನಿಫಿಟ್ಸ್. ಸೊ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಕೆಲವೊಮ್ಮೆ ಸ್ಯಾಲ್ರಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಹೈಕ್ ಮಾಡುವಂಥದ್ದು ಅಥವಾ ಬೋನಸ್ ಫೆಸಿಲಿಟಿ ಈ ರೀತಿಯಾಗಿ. ಸೊ ಮಾನಿಟರಿ ಆಸ್ ವೆಲ್ ಆಸ್ ನಾನ್ ಮಾನಿಟರಿ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಸಪೋರ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಇರ್ಬೋದು ಈ ರೀತಿಯಾಗಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ The first principle is manager, he has to think of getting maximum individual contribution. And each and every employee has to be motivated, then only they will give their fullest to the organization. So, the first principle of directing is maximum individual contribution. So, each and every employee has to be motivated here. That can be the monetary benefits, that can be through the monetary benefits or non-monetary benefits, or else ಅವ್ರಿಗೇನೋ ಒಂದು ಸಪೋರ್ಟನ್ನು ಕೊಟ್ಟು ಈ ರೀತಿಯಾಗಿ ಅವರ ಹತ್ರ ಒಂದು ವರ್ಕನ್ನು ಮಾಡಿಸೋದು. ಸೊ ಇಫ್ ಈಚ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಎವ್ರಿ ಇಂಡಿವಿಜುವಲ್ ವರ್ಕ್, ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಬ್ಬರು ಕೂಡ ಒಂದು ನಮ್ಮ ಗೋಲನ್ನು ರೀಚ್ ಆಗಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ವರ್ಕ್ ಮಾಡಿದರೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಆಬ್ವಿಯಸ್ಲಿ the organization can think of achieving its objective. Yes. So, the first principle that the manager has to think is maximum individual contribution. So, the manager has to think that each and every individual working in the organization has to contribute maximum towards the welfare or to achieve the objectives of the organization. Okay, hope you are clear with this. The next is harmony of objectives. Harmony of objective. What is this harmony of objective? See here, taking the two sides, the employees and the organization. Employees, those who work in the organization, they have their own objectives, right? ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಅವ್ರದ್ದೇ ಆದ ಒಂದು ಉದ್ದೇಶ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡು ಬಂದಿರ್ತಾರೆ. But whereas organization, it has its own objectives. Okay, so here what happens ಅಂದರೆ ಬೋತ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ದೇರ್ ಓನ್ ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟಿವ್. ಇವರಿಗೆ ನಮಗೆ ಎಂಪ್ಲಾಯೀಸ್ಗೆ ಏನಿರುತ್ತೆ, ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಅರ್ನ್ ಮೋರ್ ಅಥವಾ ಗುಡ್ ಸ್ಯಾಲ್ರಿ, ಬಟ್ ದ ಆರ್ಗನೈಸೇಷನ್ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಡೂ ಆ ವರ್ಕ್ ಅಥವಾ ನಮ್ಮ ಕೆಪಾಸಿಟಿ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಗಬೇಕು, ನಮ್ಮ ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟಿವ್ಸನ್ನು ರೀಚ್ ಆಗಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ಹಿಯರ್ ವಾಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾಪನ್ಸ್, ದ ಮ್ಯಾನೇಜರ್ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಅ ಗ್ರೇಟರ್ ಟಾಸ್ಕ್ ಟು ಬ್ರಿಂಗ್ ಹಾರ್ಮೋನಿ ಇನ್ ಬೋತ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿಸ್ ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟಿವ್ಸ್. ಅಂದರೆ ಇಬ್ಬರೂ ಕೂಡ ಎಂಪ್ಲಾಯೀಸ್ has also their own objective, whereas the organization will be also having their own objective. So they have to work. ಅಂದರೆ ನಾವು ಎಂಪ್ಲಾಯೀಸ್ಗೆ ಮೋಟಿವೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಎಸ್, ಸೊ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ವರ್ಕ್ ಫಾರ್ ದ ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟಿವ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಆರ್ಗನೈಸೇಷನ್, ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ದ ಆರ್ಗನೈಸೇಷನ್ ಏನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಅಕಾರ್ಡಿಂಗ್ ಟು ದ ವರ್ಕ್ ಡನ್ ಬೈ ದ ಎಂಪ್ಲಾಯೀಸ್ ದೇ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಬಿ ಪೇಡ್. ಯಾಕೆಂದರೆ ಎಂಪ್ಲಾಯೀಸ್ ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟಿವ್ಸ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಏನು, ದೇ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಗೆಟ್ ಮೋರ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಮೋರ್ ಸ್ಯಾಲ್ರಿ, ಮೋರ್ ವೇಜಸ್ ಫಾರ್ ದ ವರ್ಕ್. ದೇರ್ ವರ್ಕ್ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಟು ಬಿ ಐಡೆಂಟಿಫೈಡ್. ಲೈಕ್ ಓಕೆ, likewise the organization, what objectives they will be having. Organization, their objective is to reach their goal or to reach their aim. Okay, so both the objectives enagutte that has to be fulfilled, and the manager, he has to convey to the employees that if they work well, ಈಗ ನೋಡಿ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಏನು ಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಸ್ಯಾಲ್ರಿ ಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ಇಫ್ ದ ಎಂಪ್ಲಾಯೀಸ್, ಇಫ್ ದೇ ಡೂ ದೇ ವರ್ಕ್ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ಲಿ, ಆಬ್ವಿಯಸ್ಲಿ ದೇ ವಿಲ್ ಗೆಟ್ ದ ಸ್ಯಾಲ್ರಿ. ಸೊ ಅದೆರಡು ಕೂಡ ಕಾಂಪ್ಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ರಿ. ಫಾರ್ ದ ವರ್ಕ್ ಡನ್ they will be paid with a good salary. Okay, so here the manager has a greater role to bring harmony in the objectives of both the employees and as well as the organization. ಅಂದರೆ ಇಬ್ಬರ ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟಿವ್ಸ್ ಕೂಡ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಇದೆ. ಯಾಕೆಂದರೆ ಎಂಪ್ಲಾಯೀಸ್ಗೆ ಅವರ ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟಿವ್ಸ್ ತುಂಬ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್, ಆರ್ಗನೈಸೇಷನ್ಗೆ ಅವರ. ಬಟ್ ಆರ್ಗನೈಸೇಷನ್ ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟಿವ್ಸ್ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಬಿ ಅಚೀವ್ಡ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ ವಿತ್ ದ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಎಂಪ್ಲಾಯೀಸ್ ಸಪೋರ್ಟ್. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಹಿಯರ್ for the work done, they have to be supported well, so that they can bring the harmony in the objectives of the organization. And there should not be clash between the objectives of the organization and objective of the employees. Our employees, if they think their objective is high, but what happens, the objective of the organization will not be considered in the minds of the employees. So here the harmony has to be brought in the both the objectives, that is objectives of the organization as well as the objectives of the employees. Okay, ಸೊ ಈ ರೀತಿಯಾಗಿ ಅಂದರೆ ನೋಡಿ, ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಏನು ಸ್ಯಾಲ್ರಿ ಅದನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೋ ಅದನ್ನು ಕೊಡಬೇಕು. ಅದೇ ರೀತಿಯಾಗಿ ಏನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಈ ರೀತಿಯಾಗಿ ಅವರು ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ವರ್ಕ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಆಬ್ವಿಯಸ್ಲಿ ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಗಿವನ್. ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ವರ್ಕ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ನಮ್ಮ ಆರ್ಗನೈಸೇಷನ್ ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟಿವ್ ಕೂಡ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಅಚೀವ್ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಕನ್ವೇ ದ ಎಂಪ್ಲಾಯೀಸ್ ದಟ್ ಆರ್ ಕಾಂಪ್ಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ರಿ. ಸೊ ಇಫ್ ದೇ ವರ್ಕ್ ವೆಲ್, ಸೊ ದೇ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಪೇಡ್ ವಿತ್ ದ ಗುಡ್ ಸ್ಯಾಲ್ರಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ರಿಗಾರ್ಡಿಂಗ್ ಹಾರ್ಮನಿ ಆಫ್ ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟಿವ್ಸ್. Next is unity of command. We have already discussed this, unity of command. Andre subordinates, they have to receive, yes, subordinates, they have to receive commands only from one boss. Just imagine if the employees, if they receive commands from more than one boss, what happens? So there will be lots of confusions among the employees. So ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಈಗ ನೋಡಿ ಎಂಪ್ಲಾಯೀಸ್ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ, ಸೊ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಬಂದು ಇನ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ, ದೆಲ್ ಫೀಲ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಡೈಲಮಾ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. So ಯಾವ್ದನ್ನು ವರ್ಕ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಯಾರಿಗೆ ವರ್ಕ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, so there will be lots of confusion. So here the most important principles of directing is unity of command. So the subordinates or the employee has to receive instruction only from one boss. So ಒಬ್ಬ ಬಾಸ್ ಇಂದ ಮಾತ್ರ ಅವರು ಇನ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನು ತಗೊಳ್ಬೇಕು. So that what happens is, so he will receive the instructions from one boss and he will work whatever the instruction given accordingly, and he will complete that work. Okay, so that is regarding unity of command. Unity of command andre the instructions has to be received from only one boss or only from one superior. If there is any dilemma in this, the whole work will be collapsed. ಅಥವಾ ಏನು ವರ್ಕ್ ಏನು ಆಗಬೇಕಾಗಿರುತ್ತೋ ಅದೆಲ್ಲವೂ ಕೂಡ ತುಂಬ ಕನ್ಫ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. Okay, so the one of the important principles of directing is, yes, each and every employee has to receive instructions from only one boss. Okay, hope you are clear with this. Yes, next is appropriateness of direction techniques. Appropriateness of direction techniques. What is this direction techniques? See, in order to motivate, there are various direction techniques used to motivate the employees. ಅಂದರೆ ಎಂಪ್ಲಾಯೀಸನ್ನು ಮೋಟಿವೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಅವರನ್ನು ವರ್ಕ್ ಮಾಡುವಾಗೆ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಹೈಲಿ ಡಿಫಿಕಲ್ಟ್ ಟಾಸ್ಕ್. ಸೊ ದೇರ್ ಆರ್ ವೇರಿಯಸ್ ಟೆಕ್ನಿಕ್ಸ್ ಯೂಸ್ಡ್, ಬಟ್ ವಿ ಕೆನಾಟ್ ಸೇ ದಟ್ ಆಲ್ ದ ಟೆಕ್ನಿಕ್ಸ್ ವಿಲ್ ಮ್ಯಾಚ್ ಆಲ್ ದ ಎಂಪ್ಲಾಯೀಸ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಆರ್ಗನೈಸೇಷನ್. ನಾವು ಏನೆಲ್ಲ ಟೆಕ್ನಿಕ್ಸ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವೋ ಅದೆಲ್ಲವೂ ಕೂಡ ಎಲ್ಲ ಎಂಪ್ಲಾಯೀಸ್ಗೆ ಸೂಟೇಬಲ್ ಅಂತ ಆಗ್ಬೋದಾ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಕಷ್ಟ ಸಾಧ್ಯ ಇದೆ. ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಅಪ್ರಾಪ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ನೆಸ್ is based on the situation, based on the condition of and based on the working of the employee, appropriate direction technique has to be used. What is this? For example, for some money may be a direction technique. ಹಣದಿಂದ ಅಥವಾ ಅವನೇನೋ ಒಂದು ಒಳ್ಳೆ ವರ್ಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಅವರಿಗೆ ಮಾನಿಟರಿ ಇನ್ಸೆಂಟಿವ್ಸ್ ಕೊಡೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಅವನೇನಾಗ್ತಾನೆ, ಎಸ್ ಹಿ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಮೋಟಿವೇಟೆಡ್ ಟುವರ್ಡ್ಸ್ ವರ್ಕಿಂಗ್ ಅಥವಾ ಟುವರ್ಡ್ಸ್ ವರ್ಕಿಂಗ್ ಕಂಡೀಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಆರ್ಗನೈಸೇಷನ್. ಕೆಲವರಿಗೆ ಏನು ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ ಮಾನಿಟರಿ ಬೆನಿಫಿಟ್, ಬಟ್ ಫಾರ್ ಸಮ್ ಪ್ರಮೋಷನ್ ಟೆಕ್ನಿಕ್ಸ್ ಕೆಲವರಿಗೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಅವರು ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ವರ್ಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಯಾಕೆಂದರೆ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಮಾನಿಟರಿ ಬೆನಿಫಿಟ್ ಬೇಡ, ಇನ್ ದ ಅದರ್ ಸೆನ್ಸ್ ದೇ ವಾಂಟ್ ದ ಪ್ರಮೋಷನ್. ಸೊ ಮಾನಿಟರಿ ಟೆಕ್ನಿಕ್ಸ್ ಇರ್ಬೋದು ಅಥವಾ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ತಿದೆಯಲ್ಲ, ಸೊ ಈ ರೀತಿಯಾಗಿ ಪ್ರಮೋಷನ್ ಟೆಕ್ನಿಕ್ಸ್ ಇರ್ಬೋದು. ಇಟ್ ಡಿಪೆಂಡ್ಸ್ ಅಪಾನ್ ದ ಪೀಪಲ್, their psychology, because as I said already, there will be various kinds of employees from various backgrounds, and the taste and preference, everything will vary, and the objectives will be entirely different. Okay, so here the manager, he has to choose the appropriate direction techniques, only then he will be successful. ಯಾಕೆಂದರೆ ಎಲ್ರಿಗೂ ಮಾನಿಟರಿ ಬೆನಿಫಿಟ್ ವರ್ಕ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಲಿಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ, ಎಲ್ರಿಗೂ ಪ್ರಮೋಷನ್ ಬೆನಿಫಿಟ್ ವರ್ಕ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ. ಸಮ್ want the recognition in the society, for that they require this promotion. Some they are highly in need of money in the organization, money for their living. ಅದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ಅವ್ರು ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, they may prefer for this monetary benefits. Likewise, it depends. So here the manager has to select the appropriate direction techniques, only then he will be successful. Okay, the next is managerial communication. Managerial communication, what is this managerial communication? Communicate ಮಾಡುವಂಥದ್ದು. Okay, very important, because whatever the manager communicate, it has to reach the employees. It has to reach the employees. Only then they will understand and they can work towards the achievement of organization objective. Just imagine whatever the information is communicated by the manager, ಅದು ಎಂಪ್ಲಾಯೀಸ್ಗೆ ಅರ್ಥನೇ ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದರೆ ವೆದರ್ ದೇ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ವರ್ಕ್ ಟುವರ್ಡ್ಸ್ ದ ಅಚೀವ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಆರ್ಗನೈಸೇಷನ್ಸ್ ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟಿವ್, ನೋ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಮ್ಯಾನೇಜರಿಯಲ್ ಕಮ್ಯುನಿಕೇಷನ್ ಅಥವಾ ಮ್ಯಾನೇಜರ್, he should act as a leader and he should have the efficient communication, and he should communicate in such a way that the objectives of the organization should be very clear for the employees, as well as they will by receiving that instruction they can easily, there should be specific and clear instruction has to be given to the employees, and they will work accordingly. So if the manager fail to communicate properly, so the employees will be in confusions and the work may go wrong. Okay, so the manager communication should be efficient. So this is one of the principles of directing. As next, use of informal organization. We have already discussed formal and informal organization. Okay, so every organization has formal organization, correct, formal ಅಂದರೆ it will be well said by the organization itself. Okay, so ಈ ರೀತಿಯಾಗಿ ಒಂದು ಹೈರಾರ್ಕಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಟಾಪ್ ಮ್ಯಾನೇಜ್ಮೆಂಟ್, ಮಿಡಲ್ ಮ್ಯಾನೇಜ್ಮೆಂಟ್, ಈ ರೀತಿಯಾಗಿ the communication will go accordingly. But whereas informal organization, in the sense it arises spontaneously, like a social, from the social network of the employees. So it may be between the various departments in the ಒಂದು ಫಾರ್ಮಲ್ ಆರ್ಗನೈಸೇಷನ್ ಒಳಗೇನೆ ಒಂದು ಇನ್ಫಾರ್ಮಲ್ ಆರ್ಗನೈಸೇಷನ್ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ಆಗುವಂಥದ್ದು ಸ್ಪಾಂಟೇನಿಯಸ್ಲಿ, ಅಂದರೆ ಡೆಲಿಬರೇಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಇದನ್ನು ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಮಾಡೋದಲ್ಲ, ಪರ್ಪಸ್ಫುಲ್ಲಿ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್, ಲೈಕ್ spontaneously I'll talk with some other employees in my organization. There will be various number of I'll keep friendship with other people in the organization, likewise. Okay, so informal organization iruvanthadu. So here the manager has to use the informal organization, because in the informal organization, whatever the message if we want to communicate, the formal channel, it is a lengthy process. Okay, but if we give some hint in this informal organization, it will spread among the employees and we can get the feedback immediately. So what are the expectations of the people, what they are thinking of this, athwa avrige enadru bekidya. So idellavanu kuda the manager can easily find out with this use of informal organization. Hope you are clear with this. Andre the manager, he has to use the formal organization, however he has to use, but he should also make use of informal organization, because in the informal organization the communication will spread faster and even he can think of getting feedback from the employees too. Okay, so that is regarding the use of informal organization. Yes, next is leadership. Yes, what is this? Leadership. Yes, obviously the manager, he should act as a leader in the organization, because in directing, the manager has a greater role to play, because according to his direction the action will be taken place from the side of the employees. So here the the manager should have a good leadership skills. So he should have the good leadership skills. So idanella follow madidre maatra enagutte, he can successfully achieve the objectives of the organization, because a good leader, he will go along with the employees together. ಅಂದರೆ ಅವರು ಹೋಗ್ತಾರೆ, ಅವ್ರ ಜೊತೆ ಎಂಪ್ಲಾಯೀಸನ್ನು ತಗೊಂಡು ಹೋಗ್ತಾರೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಈ ರೀತಿಯಾಗಿ ಅಂದರೆ ಅವರು ಹೋಗ್ತಾರೆ, ಅವ್ರ ಜೊತೆ ಎಂಪ್ಲಾಯೀಸನ್ನು ಕರ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗ್ತಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಒಟ್ಟೊಟ್ಟಿಗೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಈ ಪ್ರಾಸೆಸ್ ಆಗುವಂಥದ್ದು. ಸೊ he should convince the employees and he should take the employees into his confidence, and he can easily achieve the objectives of the organization, because once the employees, they will feel like motivated, andre avrigondu motivation siktu andre obviously they'll work for the organization. Okay, next is follow through. The last one is follow through. What is this follow through? It is not just enough from the side of the manager to give the instructions, okay, but he has to follow it, follow up action. Okay, because just giving the instruction, yes, instruction kottu nalla work mugitu anta helidre agutte illa. So he has to follow through, he has to follow up the action. So only then the employees will feel is avrige ondu seriousness barutte. Yes, andre whatever the instruction is given, it will be followed by the manager, so that we have to complete the work ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಒಂದು ಅವರಿಗೊಂದು ಇಂಟ್ರೆಸ್ಟ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ, so that they will work for the organization. So not only giving the instruction, he has to follow that instructions, only then the employees, they will work for the organization. So these are the certain principles that has to be used in the directing, and it is known as principles of directing. Hope you are clear with this. Okay, so what are the principles that has to be followed in the directing? Okay, so mainly maximum individual contribution. So we have to get the maximum contribution from the side of the employees. And next, harmony, not harmony of objectives. So harmony in the sense, the mutual understanding irbeku, because the organization objective and the individual employee objective, there should not be any clash between this. So the manager has to bring harmony in this. Next, unity of command, the employees has to receive instructions only from the one superior. Next, appropriateness of direction techniques. So there are various kinds of techniques. Okay, so like monetary benefits, non-monetary benefits, or motivation, like athwa counseling, like ಬೇರೆ ಥರದ promotion techniques. Right? So accordingly based on the situation, the appropriate techniques has to be used by the manager. Next, managerial communication. The communication should be efficient, only then the employees in the organization they will understand. Next is use of informal organization, very important, because in order to get the success he has to concentrate on this informal organization, because any information or anything for that matter to get the feedback, anything, the informal organization helps the manager a lot, and he should act as a good leader and has to take the employees into the confidence, and finally follow through. Not only giving the instructions, he has to follow whatever the work has been done. Okay, so this is the concept of principles of directing. Okay, the next concept is elements. Okay, elements of directing. Okay, what are the elements? ಒಂದು directing ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ what are the elements or elements of direction? Okay, elements of direction. So there are 4 elements. There are 4 elements in direction, that is supervision. Okay, so what are the elements in the direction? In the sense, first element is supervision, so there should be effective supervision. Next, motivation. Okay, next is leadership. Next is communication. Okay, so if we see the elements of direction after principles of direction, if principles of direction, next is elements of direction. If we see elements of direction, we have 4 elements, that is supervision, motivation, leadership and communication. Okay, so supervision in the sense the manager has to supervise the employees, he has to motivate, and he should act as a leader, and effective communication. Okay, I will discuss about all these things andre separate agi individual, what is the supervision, okay, next what is the leadership, motivation, communication, etc. I will take up in the next session. Okay, hope you are clear with the today's session, and today I have taken up the principles of directing and have given the gist of what are the elements of directing. Let us discuss the elements of direction in detail in the coming session. Thank you.